Hi, I'm Richard from What Katie Did, and welcome to the bunker. You're more used to me being behind the camera than in front of it, but today I'm in front of it. I'm here to tell you a little bit about how I started shooting for What Katie Did and how we came to take our own pictures and use our own images rather than rely on other photographers. It was about 4 years ago. We were due to do a big shoot. It was a very, very complicated shoot. We'd got 6 huskies involved to do our Christmas shoot, and we were using a model, Sugar Rush, who's absolutely amazing. I was very lucky that we had such a good model for the first shoot, but anyway, the photographer phoned us up a week before he was due to do the shoot and said, I'm very sorry, but I can't shoot for you anymore because I'm training to be a teacher and I'm not allowed to shoot half-naked ladies. Great, so that left us in a bit of a spot, and what did we do? We could either cancel the shoot, we could book another photographer to do the shoot at another time, which would probably cost us a lot of money and they wouldn't be used to us or the products or the company. Or we could have done the shoot ourselves, which is what we decided to do. Okay, so later that day, onto Amazon I went and we ordered a camera and a £200 lighting setup. It's a very simple entry-level camera from Nikon, a D5300 with a kit lens. Cost about £600, but that was really what got us up and running. Thinking back, it was an awful first shoot to do because it was outside, no control of the lighting. It was in August, there was hot sun coming down. We were shooting Christmas, which was supposed to be cold and snowy. We had these 6 huskies, a sledge, a model, a husky handler, and it was really, really quite scary and quite terrifying doing that shoot and not really knowing 100% or not even 50% what I was doing with a camera. However, we had a brilliant team around us and the pictures actually came out okay, and that became our Christmas campaign for 2016. I began to learn photography by really looking in books and using the internet. I'm a great believer in books, and there's so much information out there on photography. So straight onto Amazon, ordering a book, how to use the camera, how to use the simple controls on a camera just to get basic pictures. And I was able to do that within a few days and just practice in the garden, practice with Katie, practice with a dog, until I was able to get a clear, sharp image. There's a huge amount of information online, particularly on YouTube, and I subscribe to something called Adorama, which has lots and lots of tutorials, particularly on studio lighting setups and different ways of shooting in a studio, different shadow effects, fashion lighting, very, very good. Yeah, Adorama is a free resource, and the thing with photographers is they seem to be very, very keen for other people to learn their skills. So whatever you need to do, if you look on YouTube, there's always 15 people that have done it before and very, very keen to show you how to do that yourself. Yeah, in future we want to produce better and higher quality video content. Video is a very different animal than taking stills. I've been on a couple of courses to do video, and it's not as easy as people think. There's basically 2 levels. There's doing a quick video on an iPhone, which is relatively easy, and then there's doing a really good video with a proper camera and proper lighting equipment, which is a whole different ball game. So that is something that we're constantly developing. But in terms of stills and product photography, really it's we just want to make every next shoot better than the previous one. So we're just thinking about sets, thinking about models, which is so important. We don't necessarily want to use models. We like to use people that haven't necessarily modeled before, older people, younger people, people of different sizes and races, so that it makes it more interesting for us as well as for our customers, really. But that is always a challenge, particularly using people that aren't necessarily used to posing. So it's something that I want to learn personally, is to helping people with their poses, because that's very, very important. Certainly something I've noticed, that some of the very experienced models that we use, they just go from pose to pose to pose, and it makes a photographer's life very, very easy, but we don't necessarily want to always use those experienced models. So it's a case of me learning how to coach those people in front of the camera to do the poses and really look good and show their best in front of the camera. I'd also like to do some drag queens. I've never ever shot a drag queen, and that's my ambition for this year. So if you'd like to see more technical details of the camera setups that we use, the lighting setups that we use, the equipment and the settings, or just how we go about doing things behind the scenes, how we build the sets, please comment below and we will try and put some content together for you. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again. Goodbye.